Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Taiko World Cup 2023. It is the semi-finals losers bracket match between the United Kingdom and China. I am Diesel, joined by Yongin. Hello.
Hello. This is going to be the last loser round one match we see today, which we do have already three lower brackets match happened already. So this will be the last one. So who loses this match will be out. UK last week going against up USA and actually make it to really close to a 6-4 fraction. And China is just cleaning up the loser bracket, I would even say, and make it to top 12 situations now.
Yeah, things are getting pretty contentious down in the losers bracket. And yeah, as you say, this is the final kind of first round of the losers bracket matches. Pretty late, but you know, had to be done eventually. So we're going to start off with the bans, with the UK getting rid of Nomad 5, not wanting to give the time and day to the gimmick pick, and China are deciding to get rid of DT2.
Oh, interesting bans. Especially the Nomad 5 being banned. But maybe not the most unexpected ban, because China has quite a number of gimmick players, such as Shoukan. Those players are extremely good at that sort of skill set. And Double Time 2 being banned, it's not the quickest map of the pool, but you need to have I would say one of the highest speed maintained due to all the different patterns you need to handle on that map. So also another expected ban. But we see Hidden One open, which is very interesting.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, Hidden One has been a map that a lot of players, from what I've seen, have been like, what is going on in this map? It's crazy. I'm scared of it. So maybe we're just in a situation where both teams are just kind of afraid of one another and their ability on the Hidden One this week, and there's kind of that silent mutual agreement just to not pick it unless it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah, and we will see our first map selected being Nomad 1, one of the more expected first picks from a lot of teams, because this pool is quite brutal in a lot of maps and a lot of ways, and they're usually players tending to go for more of just a safe approach on the first pick to test out the waters and such, and China would be going for that. And number one, your usual kind of number 4 and 1-6 approach. The ending has a bit of spicy patterns though, which could be finding many tricks and might even swing favor towards the other team.
Yeah, overall though, it's the most kind of bog standard map that you're going to see in this pool, so it kind of makes sense to just play it from the beginning. Kind of gives both teams that extra opportunity to one-up effectively.
Yep, and on to Nomad 1, we see our players here. United Kingdom last week is actually missing Horizon, if you know. So I'm not too sure, do they have their full roster ready up to date? Hopefully they do, because missing players could be detrimental for your team sometimes.
Yeah, it definitely can be. Just that extra, especially in a 3v3 format, just having that third player that you have to fill in that slot is always really, really important, and can kind of make or break what sort of maps you could even go ahead and pick. So, yeah, hopefully Horizon is able to show up for a couple of the picks this week.
Alright, and we'll be into Nomad 1, our final loser bracket round 1 match, starting up onto their first map. Mori Atsushi-san. And star rating of 7.29. It has a very calm start, so fitting as first map of the pool. Players don't need to instantly went ahead into the map, but the map will be start getting into the hard patterns really soon. We see some tame 1-6 here, and here comes the first doublets 1-6, and Daniels with the first one to find a drop on that session.
Yeah, fortunately it is at the very beginning though. Still plenty of time for mistakes on the side of China. But for now they will hold a very slight lead.
It's a very tiny one, because missing at the start is usually what you want if you miss, but that second break there from over the hedge, it's not really from the start, and instantly follow another second break there. A little bit rough and rusty start from the UK. Hopefully they'll pick back up things slowly after this, as now China has around a 30,000 points lead, and the third miss of over the hedge is looking like he's not into this at all.
Yeah, Daniel also picking up a couple more misses, Gohee being the only player left for the UK with the FC. But everyone on China is still holding on to that full combo, giving them a really great score now. Even the accuracies as well for China. Only one of the players is below 99, and even that 98.5 is still very, very good.
Yeah, we're seeing many breaks from the UK players, even in some of the easier sessions, probably just not prepared to this map at the slightest, and a lot of breaks from over the hedge, dropping accuracy down to 95%, and even dropping to the B category. Unfortunate case here. China finally finds their first break from Shokan, but due to the multiple breaks from the UK already, China is running away with a 200,000 points lead already.
Yeah, there is a third of the map left to go. However, the amount of misses that China are going to need to pick up are not, they need a lot of them. So I think overall, there's just not really much chance for the UK to come back. Super SSS does drop their full combo as well, but that is just one of many misses that China are going to need to find.
Wow.
And there goes the final full combo SSH right before the slowdown.
Yeah, it's not over just yet for UK, because you can just find a gigantic lock session and then you just lose all your points. Even though it's unlikely compared to other maps like No More 4 and 3 More 3, but it will still happen. However, China is already it still continues to extend their lead as there are more misses from the UK team, and this is a pretty dominant first pick from China with 2 players onto their 99%, but Gohee over there top scoring the lobby, just not enough as his teammate. I would say they're not too prepared on it yet, but it should be fine. It's not their first pick, and we'll see how they respawn next.
Yeah, and there we go. A very, very convincing first point for China. So a really, really strong pick. Over 200,000 point lead. And we have multiple single-digit misses, Super SSS and SNH, both with 1, and Gohee with only 2, along with only that 5-100 count as well. So some very impressive plays there.
Yeah, it's just the first map. Players probably just haven't ready up, but UK was straight into 3 mod 1 as their next pick, Ataraxia. Also another custom song from the Mania World Cup 7 Key World Cup this year, and this is the most tame to 1 mod map of the pool. It's quite mod friendly compared to stuff that we have last week. So we'll see some mods on each team. We see Dusk joining in for Daniels, and on the other side we got Okura Resona joining in for SCH.
Looks like we have both of our hidden players coming into the lobby.
Yeah, definitely. Dusk, as quite a good hidden player, reads play hiddens quite often usually, and Okura, it's well, when you always see Okura on the leaderboard, you see him with hidden. And on the top 2 screen of our players, Gohee and Super SSS will be having a hidden hard rock battle on that side. And China will be going for more of a hidden approach with Shokan and Okura, both going for hidden. Thus will be also having the hidden mod on, and over the hatch with his classic hard rock mod on.
Yeah, no mod advantage on either side, so yeah, it comes down to just as it is. We will, of course, start off with an accuracy battle, though.
Yeah, there's some middle acting sections that could be tripping up players, but compared to the rest of the pool, this is definitely one of the easier side of things. So you will not want to miss in this session. However, UK right now is winning the accuracy battle with Dusk holding a double S and Gohiki onto his 2-100 FC with Hidden Heart Rock for now, and over the hedge around 4.
Yeah, no double S's left, but the accuracy battle is still in play, everyone reaching over 400 combo. And this is not a long map, and Shokan being the first one to find the misses as well.
And there's quite a bit of break on that stream of Shokan or Kura, both finding quite a bit of drop. Dusk does respawn one on the other side, but just the breaks on China is a lot more devastating on that session. Shokan was not locking in the entire session, so UK now has quite a bit of a lead, not only from accuracy and quite a good recovery score from over the hedge from the last map. Just a little bit of rough start last map, now he's slowly getting into it with a 99.27% with Hard Rock mod, and on top of the screen, ball player on the Hidden Hard Rock still FCing. Incredible performance from these two.
Yeah, Gohiki is winning out in the accuracy battle, but their scores are still pretty close overall. More misses coming in for China, Dusk also picking up a miss, so the two FCs, Gohiki and Over the Hedge for the UK, really helping and keeping that lead.
And Super SSS gonna be breaking right at the end, gonna be saying no to the full combo for the Chinese team, and United Kingdom, the British team, getting an FC with two FC actually, Hidden Heart Rock from Gohiki with 14-100s and 20-100s from Over the Hedge. Great score from both of these players, and what a nice recovery pick right after the rough start from No Mod 1. But now both teams, it seems like we do have a close match on paper for both teams. I would say they're winning their own picks quite confidently. Let's see what they have for us later. And now it's going to be a pick from China. There's still quite a bit of no mod picks for them to go for, and maybe some hiddens as well, as their team has a lot of hidden players.
Yeah, for sure. Looking at the overall thoughts in this match in the pick'ems, there is 72.5% of votes in favour of the UK. However, when we take a look at the Twitch one just now, that one is only 67% in favour of the UK. So as the week has kind of progressed and we've kind of tapped into new audiences, the belief that the UK are the ones saying the victory is kind of dwindled a bit. So perhaps as we go further through this match, the realization that this could potentially be a closer match than it initially appears could become more apparent.
Definitely. Especially when we see the pool having less comfortable picks later on. But as a start from China used No Mod 1, more consistency, No Mod as a start. They're going to be going for No Mod 2 as the next pick. We have been seeing quite a number of teams this week just have a clear direction of what picks they go for, what type of maps they go for. Some teams just go for completely no mods, and some teams just go for completely free mods and hidden and hard rock. And we do see China is on a no mod route for now. Chile yesterday basically picking no mod 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 2, 4 as in order. Now China does something 1, 2, and possibly 3, no mod 3 as the next pick. But even the speed is not what they want to go for. But before we talk about no mod 3, we'll be back onto no mod 2's Sleight of Hand, which is the custom song of this week's pool and this tournament. There's a lot of swing sessions and doublets in this map, which is easy to trip up players.
Yeah, normally in this slot we see something that typically could be more characterized by tech. But this week we have a more double swing style map, and we kind of see the tech elements filled in elsewhere in the pool. So creates a bit of a different dynamic. Swing isn't a terribly common skill set that you see within taiko, so really testing a skill set that players don't actively practice can definitely create some interesting results.
True, and usually swing maps has quite a bit of interesting finishers. You can see right there, we did see some players opt to skip the finishers, and we do see a finisher break there from over the hedge 2014, but just from the accuracy alone, they're well ahead. Even though he finds one more misses earlier, it's not gonna matter. They still are in the lead with Shokan's accuracy dipping down to 96%. I would say that's the reason why UK is still in the lead.
Yeah, Shokan and Over the Hedge being the ones mostly to pick up misses so far. So 4 FCs, and we kind of see quite the battle between the two top players, the two outside bottom players and the two inside bottom players. Like, what they're doing is fairly reflective of each other. But Inspect Element has now dropped accuracy and picked up a couple of misses while SFH is kind of maintained there, so the score lead for the UK has shrinked quite a lot now.
Yeah, SSH score is quite good, and here comes off the mono patterns in this map, which usually claims a lot of players. 3 players finding drop there. Now the only full combo left is from SSH with a 99.1%, doing the big roll for China team now. Over the hedge also finding another drop right after the mono session, giving back the lead to the Chinese team, and now Chinese team is slowly winning a race as they do have the combo advantage into the last part of the map. These tricky finishers may swap back to the other team, and there goes a break from Shokan. It's slowly bringing back to the UK team, but that trade there from both players is going to be sealing the deal, and China will be taking their own pick.
Yeah, that double miss right at the end between Shokan and Over the Hedge. Wow. Yeah, pretty much as close as you'll often see picks like this in TWC, so yeah, coming right down to the wire. We have a very nice full combo from SNH and some, pretty much everyone's got really low miscount, but especially Inspect Element, Gohigi, and Super SSS with 1 misses and 2 misplays.
Gohigi accuracy on it's fantastic. Dropping a little bit on the mono session, can't blame him. It's very easy to find drops in that session. We have been seeing many players finding misses on those tricky monos. Apart from No More 2, the other Swedish mapper custom map also has quite a bit of mono patterns, being Hard Rock 1, but we are not seeing that Swedish mapper map. We're going to be seeing another Swedish mapper map though onto 3 mod 3 Sentimental Search.
Yeah, as they said at the very beginning of this week, this is a pool sponsored by Sweden, and we're going to make the most of that during this match. Looks like the UK are really wanting to go for the... Oh no, I was about to say the UK wanted to go for the European pride, kind of the power of that, but no, China have also just won a map from a Sweden mapper, so...
Yeah, there's just way too many. There's just a lot of Swedish mappers in the pool, so it's not surprising that both teams would pick some of them, and this one being a very pattern-heavy stream map with some 1-6 right at the start of a stream even. Could be easy to find chain misses and even knock locks, so this map is extremely stressful for players to play, but Gohigi is not scared of that with going with Hidden Hard Rock, and we do see less mods from both teams as this is definitely a map that's more risky compared to No Mod 1, as you can just completely chain break in one entire stream and you lose like 50,000 points or maybe even more. Hidden from Super SSS and Hard Rock from EdZH and Over the Hedge. So classic mod from those two players, and we'll be into 3 mod 3.
Yeah, playing it safe is a respectable option with this style of map. With streams, if you misread them, you start picking up the note lock. start chaining all the misses, it can be pretty devastating for your overall team score. See a couple of misses early, Super SSS and Over the Hedge, both with mods. But the UK overall has the slight lead. They do have the mod advantage, so it can be mostly attributed to that so far.
And it's working, as we do see the mod players from the China team actually find more bricks. So despite UK going for more over mod than they could go for, they are definitely they're definitely into the map so far. Mind you, if you don't know about the rules from the Taiko World Cup, it's that you need to put a one hidden hard rock, and there's a huge chain break from Danielson, no mod player. It's gonna be swinging back the lead to China team, but the mod advantage should be able to let UK bring back up soon.
Yeah, that's exactly the sort of thing that I was talking about. But yeah, as China does have the lead now, but as you say, the UK does have the opportunity to pull it back thanks to that extra score. But more misses like that from Over the Hedge is going to keep China in the lead.
But right before the ending of the last stream, Showcans also find a drop. So now combo advantage not really into any team, but once again, the dude with the most mods on and the highest, actually not highest accuracy, but second highest accuracy, Gohigi, showing up on the hidden hard rock mod, and it also shows that UK has a super player on their team, and usually in some maps like free mod, he can definitely show up huge and maybe even bring it back for their team.
Yeah, it looks like it's Gohigi's goal right now as we go into the next Ki, or the build up to the Ki rather. The score lead is still in favor of China, but only just.
Yeah, once again, this map is easy to find chain misses like that from Over the Hedge, giving back the lead to the China team. But Showcan responding through misses. Luckily, he's missing right at the ending of the stream. His misses wasn't as painful compared to Over the Hedge, but still, UK will be closing the gap.
Yeah, every miss keeps getting matched, but the most important thing is that Gohigi with that hidden hard rock is still on the full combo. You can see the score trying to go back over to side the UK, but once again, the misses get traded.
And there goes a chain break from Super SSS. He cannot pick back up. Oh, and the lead instantly flickers into UK side, and he is starting to run away with that score lead. As we're into the final 1/4 of the map, Showcan also finds a break. It's only SZH from China. They need misses from the UK team to be able to break point this map.
Yeah, the UK have a good lead now coming up to the end, but they've just got to keep holding on to their combos. If they pick up the chain misses now, it could be all over. SV increase for the hard rock players.
Right before the SV increase, we do see another trade there, but it's only gonna be slow down China progress of trying to break the points. Over the Hedge does fine, Field struggles, but he still holds on at the end, and that's all it matters. Showcans with the final ending drop, meaning that UK will be secure their point, and this is one hell of a roller coaster map. That's what happens when you're in a 4 minutes 30 seconds free mod stream map, and Gohigi showing that I am super strong with hidden hard rock. Look at that score, 99.26, by far the highest accuracy in the board even, and with that double mod, securing so many points, so much score for the UK team, and help them to secure this pick. And on to our next map.
Yeah, we had 4 players there, 2 from each team, which were kind of around 30 misses overall. And then, of course, Gohigi with that hidden hard rock full combo. SZH not too far behind with the 2 miss on just the hard rock alone. But yeah, pretty risky pick for the UK, but it did end up paying off with a really big thanks towards Gohigi's score there.
Yeah. The overmod did work out decently for them. It just seems like free mob pool is something that UK's quite favorite towards scene. However, they have the anti-mod as a last pick. Will it be convincing with Hidden Hard Rock FC than the map that we just saw, 3-3. We will see, but before that we will take a look at China's pick, and they'll be not going for no mod 3, going for double time 1 instead, which I would argue that this is being one of the hardest map of the pool. There's just a lot of unique bursting in this map, and it's also quite long.
Yeah, it seems like an interesting map to pick against the UK. I'm pretty sure throughout this tourney they've done pretty well on DT1, so I guess the best way to check that is to look at what happened last week on Double Time 1. Team High Scores. Oh, the UK didn't even play it. And neither did China. Great. That's really useful, thanks.
Nice.
I love these stats. Useless.
Nice.
Alright, what about last week? I'll have a quick look.
Well, technically last week's Double Time 1 has a lot more SRE approach than this week's one. This week is more bursty requirements with some of those 1-8, if I'm 1-6 or 1-8 in those into finishers, which is very easy for players to find drop those monos right before finishers. We have been seeing a lot of misses in this map and very low amount of 1 million scores on a Double Time 1, which is very I would say not unexpectable, but more like a rare Double Time 1 case, despite this being only OD 5.5. So.
Alright, so for the round of 16 DT1, the UK came second place behind the US, but they did also beat teams such as Taiwan, who then, you know, more than a couple of hours ago, but earlier today managed to beat the US. So it looks like on this style of map anyway, the UK appear to be very strong based on the past performances. But we don't see China on it at all, so they appear to be quite the wild card. So it might be a risky pick on paper, but they may be very prepared for this as well, and we just have no idea what they're capable of.
We do see the 3 assists from China teams for SSS Shokan and SCH. Early breakpoint from Shokan, so that's over the hedge, but over the hedge the accuracy is way higher than Shokan, so he's securing more scores than Shokan. But those double break there from UK and swinging back the lead to the Chinese, as Gohiki is now on 1-100. Okay.
Yeah, that 1-100 play is always really good, but if the other two players can't quite keep up, then China are just going to take this. And they have a really strong lead that only continues to increase as the UK picks up more and more misses.
Yeah, you can see these patterns, and with bursts right before finish, it's like very easy to find drops. As we have been seeing over the hedge and inspect elements dropping quite a lot in that session. China, it's slowly extending their lead, but they do have a huge wall to climb with a jaw-dropping score from Gohiki. Still on 1-100. What is this performance?
Yeah, it looks like Gohiki has sunk a lot of practice into this map. Perhaps for seeing China picking it? Who knows? But as the other two players on the side of the UK struggle, China gonna keep extending that lead. They still have 2 full combos on their side. Shokan resetting the combo a couple of times, but those 2 full combos are just keeping them pretty comfortably in the lead with over 100k.
Yeah, Super SS score, despite not matching Gohiki, is doing quite decent with quite good with a 98% on this map. We have been seeing mostly 96 and 97% in this map. SCH also keeping his full combo, doing great scores on the China team. And Shokan does fight through more breaks. Inspect Element and Over the Hedge does pick back up on their combo, but it seems like it's over too late, and there goes another those mono bursts can be making Over the Hedge drop. So, despite Gohiki's efforts on this map may be just a little bit too tough for some of the players on the UK team to handle, and China sees that and decided to go for this pick despite like Jesus said before, in paper UK are favored in this pick.
Yeah, but it really does look like China were kind of the secret powerhouses of this style of map. They have a really nice overall team score. It's still 2 full combos on this style of map. And that's very impressive. And, of course, can't say impressive without mentioning Gohigi's 11-100 full combo. 99.72 accuracy.
His 100 counts, it's 5 times lower than the second best player. What is that? Oh my god. Oh my goodness, this is a completely crazy score from Gohigi. Sadly, China's score is actually really good as a team score. They have 2-man FCs on that map. That's impressive. And while we're talking about no mob China going for no mob picks earlier on, now UK gonna be responding with a speed pick on the no mob free Runegen and NT plus on, and this is the 320 BPM map. And very speedy, raw speed maintainment in this map.
Yeah, this map is quite something in the speed department. Patterning is very simple to compensate. However, it just strikes a lot of fear into me as to what we could expect for the finals and grand final speed map. Whether they're going to lean further into the speed with the comfortable patterning, or if they're going to tone it down a bit but just have more uncomfortable patterning. Either way, I'm terrified.
I'm terrified either. This map, it's so quick. I can't keep up with it being half. Well, maybe I can keep up with half time, but definitely way past my speed cap on this map. This is a real speed player map. However, this map, it does favor quite a bit towards full odds players. I do need to mention that full odds players are definitely a little bit favored towards this map, as the patterns are quite comfortable for them. However, it still doesn't discredit those players with full odds actually FCing the map. It's still a very impressive scores coming up from them. Single tapping on this map, it's kind of hell, but it's doable. We did see some players like Biuchi yesterday from the Chilean team actually FC, I do believe, with single tapping modes. So
that is a insane level of stamina.
Yes, and once again a very long, decently long speed. I wouldn't say it's very long, but definitely decently long. However, there's a break right in the middle session where you hear the song saying hello, so you can rest a bit there. However, the map just doesn't stop in other sessions, and we'll be into no more free the speed map. Let's see, does the speed cap works out for UK, as we do see the Chinese team bans out DT2.
Yeah, my other thought as well is, this is the 6th map of this match, and every map in this pool is decently long. So I wonder how much kind of tiredness and the overall stamina is kind of playing into these players. We've seen Subressa, Shokan, and SMH in most maps. Gohiki has been in every single map so far as well. And Inspect Element of Dusk have played a big chunk of them as well, so it's, you know, the overall just stamina for an entire match, how will it play in just the single speed pick. And so far, we have 3 misses, an entire team wipe from China, so the UK are going to take the early lead.
Yeah, just from the start, this looks quite dominant for the UK team. However, things are quite early still, but you can look at the accuracy department. You can see UK teams are definitely way more comfortable in this map. And here's the comfortable patterns that I was talking about. You see a lot of double notes patterns like DDKKD. They are quite easy to play. So this is more like a raw. So this is basically a raw speed maintain. However, you still need that speed to play this map. And China's slowly picking back up. Actually, despite the very early team wipe, we do see Gohigi finds a second break on that mono pattern. button, SH does respawn with a miss, and just from the accuracies is actually extending UK's lead a little bit. Dusk still have the FC with 99% and now taking over the torch for UK.
Yeah, but everyone seems to have kind of stabilized a bit. China's still with 2 near FCs as well. So yeah, if the UK starts picking up a couple more misses, especially if Dusk drops that full combo, I could foresee the score going over to China. It's not impossible. We're in the final quarter though.
It's definitely not impossible. In the break, we actually do see Inspect Elements holding a better score than Dusk, just completely due to accuracy. Shoukan gonna be the first one to find a break after the hello break. And now Dusk gonna be finding a drop as well, so no more full combos in the map, but one combo drop from UK, it's not enough for the Chinese team to bring back up from this, especially from accuracy. That mono burst catching Gohigi once again, but just seems like it's not enough.
Yeah, we're gonna need to see bigger drops than that. If China are gonna want to eventually steal a breakpoint, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think we could end up just being tied up again 3-3. And yeah, that's gonna be the result. The UK managed to hold out on the speed pick, winning by, I don't know, 50k? I can't do maths.
Yeah, around 40 to 50k.
No full combos overall, but a couple of like single-digit miscounts, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. However, Inspect Element actually holds the best score of the lobby. We do see at the start of the map, we do see 3 players from the Chinese team just completely wipe their full combo. It was looking like doomed from China, but they're actually able to I would say keep up with UK most of the time in this map. It's just their accuracy is a little bit lower than the UK players in this map, and I would say that's basically the main difference of this map. And these speedier maps, it seems like it's a bit more favored towards the UK, as UK just have 3 players able to handle these sort of maps. However, well, there's still one more speed map, but it's more like there's still 2 more quote-unquote speed map, with being Hard Rock 2 and Hidden 2. Hidden 2 has definitely it's more like a bursty type of speed map though, has a lot of those 1/6 burst on 250 BPM, and Hard Rock 2, like usual, very high SV reading, but this time we need to tap around 270 BPM, so there's still quite a bit of speed maintained on that map. But I don't think China will go for any of those.
Yeah, it looks like they've broken the truce, the deuce, and gone with Hidden 1.
Nice. We can see this map. I love watching this pick. It's a very interesting map. It's a map ranged from 150 BPM to 200, and there's a lot of different reading requirements on that map.
Yeah, personally, I really like this map. I think it's really fun to play, but I'm not in the tournament, so my opinion doesn't matter. So
yeah,
it's,
I love
the overall. What do these teams think about it? Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Both teams have pretty well-known hidden players, so I don't think this is necessarily a China favored pick.
I see. Wait, China picked the map and then they called timeout.
I guess,
that's
just wanting to prepare.
That's an interesting strategy. I don't know if it's possible though. Usually because timeout only available when you pick the map. But after you pick the map, I don't know if it's possible for you to go for a timeout. But we'll see. It's kind of this map, like we talked about, it's very tough in terms of reading, and there's also a lot of tech patterns in the second half of the map which can cut off players in this map. And we will confirm from referee, will there be any timeout in this map? And apparently I was correct, so we won't be seeing any timeout.
Yeah, I mean, they still have 2 minutes overall, though. So, you know, that should surely be enough time to get everything sorted out that they want to.
Yep. Oh, it can also
never
be
mind,
used.
yeah.
Okay, I'm wrong.
So it looks like they're going to go ahead with that.
Yeah, because I do remember in some other World Cup tournaments, they can be only used as a pick timer and not ready timer. So I get a little bit confused by that, and so does the referee. But I guess we'll be waiting for a round of a 2 minutes break, listening to this wonderful song, custom map by Jay. All right.
Oh yeah, the OD and the HP look kinda silly, don't they?
Very silly.
Could there perhaps be a reason for that? What could it mean? I have no clue.
I have no clue either.
It's a super secret ARG. It's the star of it.
Oh no.
If you complete it, you will become really rich and famous and you'll be happy. You'll finally be happy.
True, but what do you but apart from getting the ARG from the OD and HP, you can also support the teams by buying banners for UK or China team, which TESO does have a New Zealand team banner, even though they are eliminated. I don't know, do you still have it? But you can support
it
these
stays
teams
until the end of the tournament. So
okay, yes.
That's the great thing about banners. You can support any team that you love that made it through the qualifier stage. All 32 of them. Even if they're eliminated, you can still buy their banner to show that you did support them and that you'll continue to support them, you know, potentially in future World Cups. And they are $2.50 US cents from the OC store. So you can go ahead and buy them. Also, if you buy the banner of the winning team, Japan, you will get to keep the banner for the full year.
Don't
or at least
spoil
until
the
the next
script.
World Cup. I can't remember what way round it is.
Don't spoil the script of Japan winning.
Oh, moving on. Really cool map. The Elements of Life.
Alright, we do see some non-hidden players actually playing this map. Over the Hedge 2014, usually we know him, it's more like a hard rock classic player, so it's very interesting to see him joining in for a hidden pick instead of Daniels usually. And Dusk, very expected choice in the UK team, is a very strong hidden player. The China team does have 3 players who is mainly focused on hidden. Super SSS, Shoken and Edward, these are all very strong hidden players, just reading players in general. However, the ending session with the tech may actually caught them off guard a little bit. But before we went into that session on a 150 BPM session, China holding a tiny lead just from 3 full combos.
Yeah, the score is pretty much tying so far, a third into the match. But with quite a lot of misses there from the side of the UK, China finally have achieved a bit more of a convincing lead on their pick. But the UK really want to kind of maintain this and take it back, if ideally, because we're 3-3 already, and no breakpoints have happened yet. If either team can pick up a breakpoint sooner rather than later, it will completely change the tide of this match, as we know it. So the UK really looking to achieve that, but China are just barely maintaining the lead on their own pick.
Yeah, but we do see 2 breaks from Over the Hedge and Edward Zui there. Let's go Higi, which is rock consistency over there with a 98.79%. Back into the slow SB sessions. Over the Hedge is actually keeping up quite a bit. to rest of the players, which is nice to see because he's not really a hidden main. And there goes Gohiki's full combo. It's all on Super SSS. This is I would say this is one of the toughest part of the map. Dusk, only combo left for the UK team, and there goes Dusk as well. It's all on Super SSS. Show this. All the combo and still having the FC, which is very impressive performance, and we're into the tech section of the map.
Everyone picking up misses all over the place. Gohiki stabilizing a lot more in that section, but Super SSS still with that full combo.
Yeah, the accuracy from Gohiki is keeping UK in this game, but it just seems like these patterns are making the UK players drop a lot because these are very, very tough to read and play at the same time. But Super SSS and Gohiki both are not finding many troubles in this map, and we might even see the FC from Super SSS. There's still one more hot pattern at the ending session. Let's see, can he keep up? And there goes the FC. That will be I do believe that's the first full combo of the map, which is very nice to see. This is an amazing score from Super SSS. However, Gohiki does beat him in terms of score due to his accuracy of only getting half of the 100s from Super SSS. So great play from these two players. However, it mainly comes down to the battle of the rest of the two players, and China seems like a team that has a little bit more or slow hidden reading depth than the UK. So they'll be securing that point.
Yeah, just once again we see the team winning their own pick, and the UK are of course going to be looking to continue that with their free mod 2 pick. They have picked the other two free mods, and they are definitely going to be going with this one. Of course, with the home country advantage of the mapper being ZTH, a player that has been a lot more active in the mapping scene recently, and has participated in the World Cup for the UK in the past.
It's a country buff, man.
Exactly. So that's definitely what they're going for here, and not the fact that they've done very well in the other two free mods.
True. Usually we have been seeing Gohiki just rocking with the hidden hard rock with crazy accuracies, especially on 3x3, but this one being one of the harder to mod maps, so we might see him not going for hidden hard rock, even though I don't believe that will happen. I do believe he'll still go for hidden hard rock, as he's just so good at that mod. And on the other side of the Chinese team, we might be seeing two mods as well. Yes, once again with hidden from Super SSS and SH with hard rock only. And on the other side, they are over modding in this pick. Hidden hard rock from Gohiki, hard rock from Over the Hedge, and hidden from Dusk. So a huge mod advantage from UK team, and they can definitely have a little bit of wiggle room in this pick.
Alright, UK off to a decent start with the very early lead. Probably a bit early to call, but why not?
I do believe they do have the mod advantage, so they should be in the lead until they find like many breaks.
Really significant mod advantage I've seen as well. 4 mods to 2, so are China perhaps playing it too safe, or have the UK over modded?
I do believe this is UK over modded, as we have been seeing a lot of drops in this map, because this map is just so tough to put on hidden, I would even say, especially in the slow down section. And you can see these dance patterns might cut off players. We do see 3 players finding drop Gohiki, show cannon Over the Hedge, but these little breaks from UK doesn't really matter, as they do have a free 2 mod advantage, and you can see they're still in the lead despite finding multiple drops.
Yeah, Dust still holding on to that full combo as well. This is the kind of map that he very much excels at, so with the high accuracy as well and the hidden. For China, they still have 2 full combos though, Super SS and SNH, both the modded players.
And here comes a hot session to hit them with slowdown SV. Once again, Super SSS is going for the FC strategy, overtaking Dust for now, as Dust finding another chain misses on that bursty pattern. Now he's finding few more drops. He's slowly going back to China, and that misses from over the hedge, gonna flickers the lead back to China. I do believe, especially if another chain of misses from Dusk, that will be into the hard session on Hard Rock. Now with a lot of speed up as we feel more drops from Dusk. Now China is in the lead.
Could this be the first breakpoint of the match for China? That would turn this into 5-3. Really bad situation for the UK. Coming right to the end, China needs to hold on for this breakpoint.
Seems like they're holding on. There's still one more hard pattern at the left. At the ending, Dusk finds a drop. And so is over the hedge and Super SSS. We only have finishers left. And now China will be taking the point with an AFC from SH. However, there's one guy with a 99% with Hidden Hard Rock bot on Gohigi with 2 misses only on this map, which is completely insane. But sadly, once again, it's just not enough, and seems like the overmod strategy did not pay out well for the UK team this time.
Yeah, that gives China a really clean match point by taking that breakpoint. Currently 5-3, and it is now China's pick where they will look to once again secure their own pick and win this match 6-3. This is a really bad spot for the UK to be in. They have to win the next 2 picks in a row, so that guarantees that they must breakpoint this next pick from China.
However, the leftover 4 maps, I would say, looking a little bit tough for the Chinese team. Hard Rock, they usually not a fan of playing Hard Rock really, so we don't know. So Hard Rock 1 and Hard Rock 2 seems like a pick that they don't want to go for, and then number 4 basically a stamina draining map with many long streams, which once again we have been seeing China mostly going for more of a technical approach of maps, and Hidden 2 also quite a speedy-ish reading map, and they are going to go for it due to there's some bursty elements in this map, and they're just more comfortable with Hidden in general. Going into Hidden 2 Eternal Dreamer, a custom map made by Naruga. And this map has basically 256 1/6 bursts, and a lot of them easy for players to disrupt some sessions. And we're gonna see a new face from China, WLY Minato, subbing in for the Chinese team. He has been showing off great scores on these speedy-ish maintain maps. You see how he works on how he plays on this Hidden 2.
Yeah, this is a bit of a stranger Hidden 2. Rather than fully playing into the speed element, it has a decent bunch of tech as well at 256. The 1/6 bursts kind of towards the middle of the map are quite intense actually, so I feel like this is another map that could honestly go either way, and that's probably the best sort of pick for the UK to be against.
Definitely, even though China is in match point for now, but I do believe just over the leftover 4 picks left, it's something that the Chinese team not completely advantageous on, and it seems like most of them are a little bit more favored towards the UK, maybe except this pick. This is more like a 50-50 pick between players. We do see early breaks from over the hedge and Dusk, but as the map speeds up, I do believe it will basically make the players recover their combos and such.
Yeah, things are looking really great for China so far. Everyone's still holding on to their full combo. Only 1 for the UK.
Once again, another drop from Dusk. And
this is a really short map. We're already halfway through. It's only 1 minute left.
We're already halfway through, but not halfway through the combo. Now here we pass the halfway through of the combo. So second section is definitely more dense than first, but over the hedge dropping in the calm section, painful to see. As now China still holding a 3-man FC on this map. Edward doesn't have the best accuracy, but he's holding the combo, and that's what matters. They basically just need to hold on. But 3-man FC in this stage is very uncommon. Let's see, can they keep it up?
Big drop from Edward there. And Super SSS. The UK could potentially get this back if they just hold on. The score wants to go back over to the side, and it has. All the misses.
It's Edward, it's Minato.
The UK are going to take a break point. Right at the end.
Let's see, can Minato and Dusk hold on? We still have one more session left, which might find some drops, and there goes over the hedge on the last stream. Edward's going to be the one who misses the last stream, not any players from UK, and they are going to be taking the breakpoint like Tizo said. And this is why we said that this map is basically 50-50, but it's definitely a saving grace for the UK team, and they are not out of the tournament just yet. FCs from Gohiki and Minato. Great accuracies from Gohiki. Has been performing phenomenal in this match. And definitely good.
They've done just exactly what they needed to do there. Get that breakpoint from China. It was looking like China were going to take it. I think everyone had kind of given up hope for the UK when it came to that final KI. But they proved everyone wrong. And they now get to make the final pick to take this to a tiebreaker. Or they make that final pick, China gets another breakpoint and advances on through the tournament.
There's still 3 maps left. Nobody wanna touch the Hard Rock pool. And there's also no mod 4 left. And they're gonna go for Hard Rock 1.
Hard Rock has finally arrived and dropped into this match. The final possible pick, so we will not be seeing no mod 4 or Hard Rock 2. But Hard Rock 1 will be played. Once again, the Swedish mapper.
And the Chinese teams are having no confidence in this map, saying that, okay, let's go, it's going to be TB. When we see TB though, we have been basically denied from tiebreaker a lot of 6-4 situations, so we might not see it again, but everybody in the chat definitely hopes we do see a tiebreaker with an amazing song. But before the amazing song, we'll be into the piano map, and UK is asking for Dusk. It seems like we're gonna be waiting for a bit for him to join back to the lobby. As Hard Rock has been mods that the Chinese team doesn't like to touch, basically. They have quite decent Hard Rock 2 players, such as Minato, but some of these like tacky Hard Rock ones, they are not the most favorite on.
Yeah, looking at last week's Hard Rock 1, which is of a similar format to this one, just much easier, the UK achieved 4th place overall with China 7th. So things are looking favored for the UK on this map, but I wouldn't completely rule it out. Looks like we have the exact same rosters that we had for those maps as well, so theoretically, the UK should win.
Yeah, on paper, but we have been seeing it before. Double Time 1 was also on paper favored towards UK, but China did take it. However, I would say this map it's closer relation to last week's ones, unlike some other double time maps that we have been seeing throughout the entire tournament. A lot of 1-4 and 1-6 patterns in this map, so might be favored towards the UK. Right now, they'll be versing each other on the mathematics and possibly tiebreaker, or we're gonna be tiebreaker denied with Dusk readying up MP Start 5 in the chat, and we'll be into the last pick of the match because no other team will be picking once again.
Yeah, I think we can officially say TB hype now, but for that to happen, we need the UK to win the point first, so show all of your support to them. They need it more than ever.
And if you don't want to see tiebreaker and want to see China take this point. You want to support China into Hard Rock 1 to start its relatively tame from what we will see later on, but even it already isn't tame. We do see some loft accuracy drops and Shokan missing a first chain of streams, giving the lead to UK.
Bunch of misses from the UK, though, is going to give China a really strong lead now. And again, this is a really short map, probably the shortest in the pool at 1 minute 53.
Yeah, that Dust has a gigantic break in that session, just not comfortable at all, seems like, and that really drops the scores. But Super SSS also finding few misses, and so does Shokan. The accuracy is slowly making the lead go back to the United Kingdom team, and they absolutely need any kind of misses from China team.
That is one of the worst note locks I think I've ever seen in a tournament. And such a consequential one as well. China had that lead, the one that they really needed to secure this victory. But now it's just as much in favour of the UK as it just was for China. We still have some really tricky patterns coming up though for the final quarter of the map. So it's possible we can see such breaks from the UK, but it looks like they've all stabilised really well, everyone over 600 combo.
Yeah, Dust has a similar lock to Shokan, but now he's picking back up wonderfully, but it really hurt his score. But also the same thing happened to Shokan, and there goes a breakaway from Dust. Dust. It's slowly going back to the Chinese team. Both Dust and Over the Hash need to keep holding on this map in favor to see the wonderful tiebreaker into the last mono. We're going to see tiebreaker, boys. The last pick secured for the UK. 14-100 from Gohigi really helped the UK to secure this point. At set H on the other side, also FCing with Hard Rock bot on, but due to the accuracies, it's meaning that Gohigi will be winning by solely 45,000 points difference. And I would say that helped UK to secure the tiebreaker really well.
Yeah, that map entirely came down to Shokan's just really long chain miss there. If, you know, even if that had only been like 20 misses, that would have very easily been China's point, and we'd be saying goodbye to the UK right now. But instead, we're moving on to the tiebreaker, which is Kyuko, which is from the Mania World Cup not too long ago, actually.
Yeah, and this map is mapped by Lair1211 and Lacey. This map has a lot of different snapping, just like some category songs customly made for Mania World Cup, and OD 7.2 and a 7.27 star rating. Just many bursting requirements in this map, and players might even lose some of their stamina in this map due to the extremely tough patterns in this map.
Nah, this is actually hilarious. That like earlier on, Dusk was saying like, oh, if it comes down to tiebreaker, I can hit in it really well. He doesn't even have the map downloaded. Take it in the mind. You know, that's the kind of power that we need right now.
I mean, it's like saying that, don't worry boys, just get to tiebreaker, we'll be safe.
You know what, I have the power to look at the UK sheet. Let's see what they've got going on.
Alright.
You know, I think this is gonna be another close one.
Okay, if you say so. He knows, you know the scores.
I do. I know their potential. This is probably going to be the last, probably moddable style tiebreaker that we'll see in this tournament. I don't foresee finals, and especially not grand finals, being terribly moddable, so I wonder if we'll be seeing any. We had Dusk saying that he could hit in this well in his mind. Whether we want to trust that or not, I don't know.
He left the lobby.
Oh my goodness.
Alright. Are we going to see the last
Are we gonna get a
Last
surprise
swap.
appearance from Horizon?
Oh.
Has he arrived
Yeah.
at his destination? Has he found the PC?
And the referee is giving a warnings to UK team that he will start on 30 seconds. So Dust need to make it back to the lobby. And here it comes. Ready up for the tiebreaker.
He was just quickly playing through the entire map at like 30 times speed. He's got this.
Alright. So we have been seeing China winning most of the no mod picks, UK winning most of the modded picks. So really no more focus on skill cap team, quote unquote skill cap team, but just a mod cap team into the tiebreaker. And oh my god, these mods, they are ready. Oh my.
Yeah, here it is. You very rarely see a tiebreaker at this sort of stage of the tournament. So,
I think Dust is
yeah.
having issues.
Oh no.
Sorry, I was supposed to be here waiting just in case China won, but they're going the tiebreaker.
Yeah. Well, welcome, hello. Appears there are
hello.
3 people in the booth now. We're breaking the law. Where is Dust?
No. I'm just gonna be sitting here silently. Hold up.
Alright.
I'll let you two take the show.
Awesome. There you go. Everyone is here. Everyone is hyped for this map. I didn't expect that we'd actually see this as a real tiebreaker. So, here we are.
I do believe we have some technical issues. Seems like...
Oh no. If the UK aren't able to have their most ideal roster in for this map, that's gonna be really, really bad.
And apparently the map is bugged for Dust. So it seems like that he might need to re-download the map or something. So
Potentially just one of those situations where it's just a, eternal update sort of thing and all that.
or it's because the map it does have the map before it was in the Taiko World Cup. Because the map, I do believe there are some metadata change or mapper name change. So we basically need to delete the map, and then re-download. So
who knows? But it's absolutely crucial for the UK that Dust can be able to play this map. But there is time constraints and rules to meet. The backup player is Inspect Element.
yeah, Shoken is asking, are we playing this map or not? Seems like we will be waiting for 2 more minutes before we start the map. So building up tensions and such, we really don't want to see. We really need some time to see the tiebreaker. We're joining in the lobby, but he's for China. He's the Chinese team member. And now, waiting for UKT to sort the issues and such. Hopefully it works for them. It seems like both teams are swapping members. I guess both teams, maybe they did not really ready for the tiebreaker for this match, and now basically resorting the members. There's still 2 minutes. We're based on can UK have a dust for the team.
Yeah, the nerves must be running pretty high for these both of these teams, because just remember, this is a losers bracket match. The winner of this will move on to play France later today, And the loser will just be out forever. So we'll have to come back and try again next year. Actually, I want to check something. Let's see.
Seems like the players are re-downloading the maps and changing teams.
Okay, never mind that. For some reason, I thought the China-France match should be right after this one. So as in France were like waiting in the lobby, but no, it's about an hour from now, so there is still a bit of time just to relax and get through this.
Alright, we'll be into the tiebreaker. Everybody in the chat, hopefully praying Dusk computer is actually working in this map. And there he goes! We're gonna see the tiebreaker with doing the mod. Oh my god. Super SSS and Dusk will be playing this with hidden hard rock mod from both Gohigi and Over the Hatch. It's going to be a mod battle. A mod team versus a no mod, just flat out saver approach onto the tiebreaker into Q Core, the Mania World Cup song. The final map of this match, United Kingdom versus China. Chat, support your favorite teams, and we do see one to win next. The winner of this match, just like Tiso said, will be facing France in an hour later. So definitely not the last appearance of this week, but the loser of this match will definitely be the last performance of this tournament. Very early break to start with from Dusk and SCH, but there's a lot more to go into the midst of the map.
Yeah, with the UK having the 2 extra mods, that gives them an extra 120,000 score that they can get in total. So seeing a bunch of misses and drops from them would be ideal for China to take the win, but they need to maintain very, very good scores in order to do so.
We do see some very early break from 3 players mainly from Dust, Shokan and SNH. Second break from Dust into another slowdown session. This is really tough for Hidden, but he is not finding any drops in this session, which is quite impressive with the Hidden mod on with some of these one-hit doublets, which would be tricky to read, but it seems like I don't believe he's side reading. These looks like a definitely prepared play than quote-unquote side reading into another tech session.
Oh, big drops from Dusk and Over the Hedge. China has the lead for the first time this map.
Yeah, apart from Dust on the right-hand side corner, as that Super SSS is still holding a great FC with Hidden, but him dropping a bit more accuracy, and so the Shokan finding a miss. It's gonna be Flickers the lead back to UK team, but multiple misses from Dust and Shokan gonna be helping China to extend the lead a little bit.
Yeah, Dusk's accuracy continuing to drop a lot, down at 92%, and Super SSS with that Hidden 96 accuracy, but holding on to the full combo in the hardest parts for Hidden.
Yeah, this is an impressive play from Super SSS. Another drop boom from Over the Hedge, making the only person with full combos Gohigi and Super SSS left, and we have been seeing these 2 star players for each team doing their best on the tiebreaker, and now Gohigi is winning the battle by accuracy, not by much, only 98% of it. Still, already a very impressive performance. Scoring is not that far into the bursting plus finisher session. Very finger maintain health, and there goes the breaker from Gohigi and Dusk. It seems like China's starting to run away in this session.
Yeah, about a 60,000 score lead and climbing as well. On this style of map, that's actually pretty big. This is really long. You need a lot more misses and accuracy drops in order for the UK to take this back. They're going to continue to use their mod advantage to, throughout the whole map, but they need to see those misses from China. Shokan does start that off, but we're going to need to see a couple more, I think. Is Super SSS still on that full combo as well? I can't quite tell.
It is. He is still with the full combo.
Man. A lot of pressure is on him right now. He doesn't quite know it, I don't think, but his score is really crucial for China right now.
We do have a break before that session, so both players can see.
There's the drop
combos.
from Super SSS.
It's not over just yet. UK, it's right behind the tails of China. The score lead's dropping down to 50,000 points different, so it's not over from just yet. It will be all depending on the stamina from each player into the final, into 1/4 of the map left, close to the final KI session. UK is starting to bring it back due to the mod advantage, but they absolutely need more drops from the Chinese team for them to pick back up and steal back the point. China finding more bricks. Nego Shokan as well. So UK is slowly creeping. You can see the score lead going back to the red side.
Over the hedge, picking up a couple misses though as the SV increases. There's SNH at 1,000 combo now.
Not over just yet. We still have one more tag session, but Dust
Big misses
breaking
from Dust.
that huge breaking from Dust is not helping UK team. They need also a breaking from China. Shokan finding the first one's gonna help UK a little bit, but it's not enough just yet. We're touching the final part of the map. Shokan finding another chain of misses, but it seems like China has hold on to the last spinner of the map, and seems like the safer approach with SZH 1000 combo on this map gonna help China to secure the tiebreaker with 2 misses from Super SSS and Gohiki right up against each other with 1 singular mob. But at the end, it all depends to the leftover players, and China team have going for this more safer approach help them, and they will be advancing through the semi-finals.
Yeah, it looks like Dust just struggled a bit too much in the hidden there overall. Yeah, perhaps taking on just the Nomad would have been a bit of a safer approach. But nevertheless, that is a really strong effort from the UK. But unfortunately, they are out of the tournament for another year. But congratulations to China though. They'll be facing France in about an hour, I believe. That match will be at 12 UTC, so 2 hours instead, rather. In less than an hour, though, we will be having the losers bracket match between Italy and Germany. So the showdown between the 2 European countries.
Yeah, I kind of did not expect any team to go for overmod on the tiebreaker, and man, we definitely do see some satisfying scores from both teams in that one hell of a tiebreaker. Even though we have some difficulties before starting the map, but it definitely is worth the wait. However, the hype is not over just yet. We are just halfway through the semi-finals weekend. This is the 5th match, and next will be the 6th match, just like Tiso said. And around 40 minutes later, we'll be seeing next lower bracket match, Italy versus Germany.
Yeah, we'll be rounding out the weekend as well with probably one of the most hyped matches this weekend. Aside from this unexpectedly really hyped match that went to tiebreaker, we have Japan versus Korea, the 2 teams left in the winners bracket. So we'll see who is confirmed on the winners slot for confirming that 2nd place position. I mean, not the only 2 teams left in the winners bracket. There's 4 teams left in the winners bracket. We'll find out who will be going against Taiwan instead next weekend, because I'm spreading misinformation on the internet.
Yeah.
Other than that,
basically the team that win from Japan versus South Korea match will be guaranteed top 3, and just like Tito said, they'll be going against Taiwan next weekend. So basically, wait for the matches to come. It's gonna be a short while of 40 minutes wait though. So if you wanna go get some tea, and go get some food to eat. And remember to come back 40 minutes later for the next lower bracket match of Italy versus Germany, the European big countries battle. And hope you guys will come back in around 40 minutes, and we'll be seeing you guys in that match. Thanks for casting with VT, so.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
And we'll be seeing you guys in around for next match then. Enjoy the music.